This is the third complaint this month. Office is cleaned 5 times a week, just like the contract says. And someone telling me it's still dirty.
What does your contract say about cleanliness?
It says it gets cleaned 5 times a week.
Right. But what does it say about how clean the office should be?
The office should get cleaned 5 times a week.
I see the problem.
Yes, the problem is that my supplier isn't doing their job properly.
Maybe. Or maybe no one ever agreed what clean actually means. Or how often it actually needs to be that clean.
There are 12 pages here. Detailed task list, frequencies, room types.
Okay, and what happens if a cleaner follows every instruction, but the floor still has marks on it?
Then they didn't do it properly.
But how do you prove that? How does your supplier prove they did? Who decides what properly means?
I never really defined that.
And the gap is bigger than most people realize. In one study, with 504 samples, 87% of surfaces looked clean, but only 27% actually passed ATP testing.
That's not a small gap.
Yeah, and in our own testings, after cleaning, a lot of contact surfaces in our restrooms were still dirty when properly measured. And here is the interesting part. When a restroom was really clean at the start, people stayed satisfied for much longer before noticing it had become dirty again.
So if you never measure, you might not notice the problem until it's serious.
Exactly. The result-based contract defines the expected cleanliness level for each type of room, how it's measured, and the rules for both sides. And it asks, how often does the spaces actually need to be this clean, not just how often is it cleaned?
And if something goes wrong, everyone just blames each other.
The contract is the foundation. Without a shared understanding of the result, it quickly becomes challenging.